In the last class, we explained about grinding machines, grinding wheel, and what are different parameters used in the grinding wheels. For example, abrasive, wheel, grain size, bond, etc. Now we'll see in the software today. This is the picture you can see here. This is the surface grinder. This type of grinder machine especially use a wide grinding wheel. Have you seen this? Like the aluminum oxide. Different grades of abrasive materials also I told you. Artificial abrasive and natural abrasive. Silicon carbide and aluminum carbide are different abrasive used for the making the grinding wheel. And how the grinding wheel recognize, how you can identify the grinding wheel, how you can be grinding wheel specified that day. Also, I told you. This is the one small video about the introduction of the grinding.
Introduction to grinding. Before grinding, workpiece. Grinding is a metal cutting operation performed by means of a rotating abrasive wheel that acts as a tool.
So these are the abrasive metal, and this is the bonding, which is hold together all the abrasive particles. So it is natural or artificial. Maybe sand, silicon carbide, aluminum carbide. There are different that they are experiencing. Natural abrasive and experience. With the help of that abrasive grinding wheels are made. Okay. So mostly they are the silicon carbide. Or corundum stone metal use. So grinding the metal cutting operation performed by means of rotating wheel that act as a cutting tool. This is another video you can see.
Grinding wheel. Grinding wheel is a rotating abrasive wheel used in grinding operation. This grinding wheel is made by bonding the abrasive particles together.
So this is a grinding machine. Purpose of grinding is changing the component to close size to obtain required surface finish to machine very hard surface. This already I explained you from my book that day. Advantages of grinding, there are following advantages of grinding. For example, surface finish obtained is a superior. One of the most dimensionally accurate machining process. Hardened component can be machined. Grinding permits the machine light and delicate the parts due to the require little pressures. Then surface unevenness can be eliminated. Various kinds of works can be grind. Design geometrical configuration can be achieved, and it removes the little metal of order 0.25 to 0.50 mm. These advantages, you are having these advantage also by the grinding. Work surface gets overheated, wheel where result duplicate parts do not have the same dimension. Grinding is not suitable for heavy metal removing, and for some complicated parts, grinding need attention. Achieving the true parallelism requires skills, and achieving the concentricity need attention. So this is all depend on the skill. There are some disadvantages also there on the grinding. Application of grinding. So तुम्ही ज्यांना job लायता पळय हांव कित्याक काडला because of this reason, because the work surface gets overheated. When you apply the job on your grinding wheel, it gets heated. So heat jata and when you put some coolant, udar gail ki no, it's become hard. मागीर तुमचें फायलिंग करून गेल्यार इट्स फाउंड व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट टू फायल. ताका लागून तुमकां जॉब लायनाक म्हणलं कितलें सांगलें. Understood? You should not suppose whatever that you are doing job now, you should not suppose apply on the grinding wheel. So heat जाता, चड heat जाता आनी heat जाल की that properties get changed. तुमकां heat treatment topic येतलो मागीर शिकयतलो what is the hardening, soft annealing म्हळ्यार कितें, hardening म्हळ्यार कितें, कळ्ळें? Tempering म्हळ्यार कितें, that I will teach you afterwards. You cannot give the heat treatment simply. जे metal तुमकां job करपा जाल्यार that is already having some property. तुम ताका grinder लायल की ते गरम जाता, that properties get changed. कळ्ळें? So that is why I am telling you not to put on the grinders. Application of grindings. All cast component require grinding. Welded component require grinding, and cranks, case, forged component require. Mostly grinding is mostly applicable in where all cast components. The casting kill ki take the burr and then grind करतात. Next, welded component. Weld वाला component you can grind it. After welding, in extra you can grind it. Crankcase, forged component you can grind it. But when you're doing machining, for example, filing killer component you cannot grind, right? Because of the reason. Welding वाले की there are properties again get changed because weld वाले की गरम जाता. It's become hard. At time I grinding करो तो बहुत सारी काला था, but you cannot do any other operation on that. Welding के लिए all properties get changed. Distortion जाता. Distortion म्हणजे तो मैं full joint मारला. तो ये full joint straight आहे. Weld माल की तो मार सकता. Distortion means we try to pull it to change the dimension. Original dimension मार्क change जाता है, length wise or width wise. ते का distortion म्हणते. You cannot manage 0% distortion, 100% distortion you cannot control by welding. Somehow you can take precaution, you can control, but distortion happens in the welding. The 100% control करता है, right? Welding welding is very easy joint, but there are lots of change in the properties. And तुम कब खोया welding मापा जाए ना, certain case you can weld, but some case you have to go for the nut bolt fitting or some other fitting, or you can go for the flange, coupling, nut bolt, you fitting करो. You cannot directly सगळे कोणे weld मारू शकना पण. Okay, if the component is rotating, shaft म्हणते shaft भी आप हिंगा तो weld मान join करू शकत ना. If you weld it, there will bend असतले, there will be change in the shaft dimension. मैं तो bend जाल की मैं rotate करती तो सो twist out of balance. Then in that case, you have to make the TV मारपाचे, the flange घालपाचे, coupling मारपाचे, उसको join करो. बराबर. Now next is abrasive. There are abrasive, and abrasive is a substance that is used for grinding and polishing operation. It should be pure and have uniform physical properties of hardness, toughness, and resistance to fracture to be useful in manufacturing grinding wheel. Abrasive may be classified into principles, that is natural and artificial. I already explained you what is by natural. Natural abrasive includes sandstone, solid quartz, emery, corundum, and diamond. These are the natural abrasive. Sandstone or solid quartz is one of the natural abrasive stones from which the grindstones are shaped. The quartz cutting agent is a picture development. This is natural abrasive available in the nature. Is a relatively shaft that materials harden, then quartz cannot be abraded on the ground rapidly. Emery is a natural aluminum oxide. It contains from 55 to 65% alumina, and remaining consists of iron oxide and other impurities. So these are the natural abrasive. All emery is a natural aluminum oxide. It contains 56 to 65% alumina, remaining consists of iron oxide and other impurities. So this is a picture shows emery sheets. Aluminum oxide is extracted from this, and that is put it on this type of bed, and they are making the first sand bed. Corundum is a natural aluminum oxide. It also contains 75 to 95% of aluminum oxide, and remaining consists of emery. This is a corundum stone. Okay, this is naturally available in the nature. Out of this stone, this type of grinding wheels are made. So I'm getting grinding wheel. They are made of corundum only. You can use corundum. Both emery and corundum have a greater hardness and better abrasive action than the quartz. So diamond of less than gem quality are crushed to produce abrasive grains for making grinding wheels to grind cement and carbide also tools and makes the lapping compound. So these are the some diamonds, raw diamonds are used to make the diamond grinding wheel. You can make it this type of grinding. As a result of impurities in the lack of uniformity of this natural abrasive, only very small percentage of grinding wheels are produced from a natural abrasive. Now next move on the artificial abrasive. Artificial or manufactured abrasive includes SAFE, that is silicon carbide and aluminum oxide. Silicon carbide abrasive manufactured from 56% of silicon and 34 part of the powder coke and 2 parts of the salt and 12 parts of the sawdust in a long rectangular electric furnace of the resistance type that's built up of loose bricks. So this type of silicon carbide is manufactured in a furnace. There is 56% silicon is mixed, 34% of powder coke, 2 parts of salt and 12 parts of dust. So हे सगळं मिक्सर करून ते फर्नेस घालप to form the sand, to form the grinding abrasive. ते तयार करतात. So this is silicon carbide is naturally available like this असे असतात ते. हे तो घाल मिक्स करून then silicon carbide grinding हे सगळं घालून असं करून काढून मागे त्याचे grinding wheel करतात. Abrasive wheels are denoted by S or consola it is denoted by S, and there are two types of silicon carbide abrasive. Green grit, which contain at least 97% silicon carbide, and black grit, which contain at least 95% of silicon carbide. There are two types, grit 97%, 95%. This form is harder but thicker than the latter. Silicon carbide follows the diamond in order of hardness, but it is not as tough as the aluminum oxide. Aluminum oxide is very tough. It is used for grinding material for low tensile strength such as cementite carbide, stone and ceramic metal, gray cast iron, brass, bronze, copper, aluminum, vulcanized rubbers. They can be ground by using this type of abrasive particle. Second artificial abrasive material is aluminum oxide. Aluminum oxide manufactured by heating metal of bauxite. Hydrated aluminum oxide grade contains silica, iron oxide, titanium oxide mixed with the ground coke, iron boring in an arc type rectifier. Again, it is put in the furnace, both in the silicon carbide and aluminum oxides. Both we are using a furnace to produce this type of artificial abrasive. So aluminum oxide is tough and not easily fractured, so it is better adapted to grinding metal of high tensile strength such as steel, argon steel, high-speed steel, anneal malleable iron and wrought iron tough bronzes. These wheels are denoted by letter E. Silicon carbide denoted by letter S and aluminum oxide it is denoted by letter A. The comparison of silicon and aluminum oxides. So abrasive material with silicon is discovery happened 1891. Hardness up to this 22,000, 2,200, 2,800 used for brass, bronze, aluminum, stainless steel, and cast iron. But this aluminum oxide 1893 and it is 1,600 to 2,100 hardness. Soft and tough than silicon used on steel, malleable cast iron, tough bronze. So this is the corundum grinding wheel. It is made of natural abrasive. Abrasive picture. Now what is mean of bond? Bond abrasive particles hold together.